Hello and welcome. Today we are looking at the map Mortain. It's a new map. Hopefully you can learn something. We will have the example Saint Mitchell Chapel or Saint Michel. I have no clue how to pronounce it. The map all around is just a wood map. It plays a lot like Hill 400, I think, where you have to hop from cover to cover and don't move too much. And yeah, we search a good route. Here you can see on my last video, you spawned here on Mtbb. On this you spawn here, so you wanna go at 0.48, so we have 48 seconds left. And yeah, we can do that now. You want to drive around the artillery things here if you come from mid. You always see me opening the map a lot when I'm driving because I always want to check where I'm going. Okay, we want to go around these houses. Or I mean, you can just go through them, I guess. Doesn't really matter. The only difficult thing on this map is there are these hedges in front of us. Like, you will see them there. These ones you can't drive up there with the truck. So you have to be extra careful. Oh, we start a bit going to the side first, but as you can see I go left all the time. Obviously you want to hold down spacebar. You can go through the white trees, but I think not the brown ones, but I'm not sure. For this we don't really want to go through it, so we have the wall here. It isn't marked, sadly. So you want to go kind of to here at the start, or you can like orientate yourself around the hedges. The hedges on this map are key, so you always want to be close to them. Okay, that's a perfectly timed off drop, I think. And that's, at least in my opinion, the fastest way to get to the point. Okay, they can't see you, obviously, because we're on a hill. But I wouldn't drive further than this. As you can see, we have the hedge lines here that protect us from the enemy, which is above. You should stop the truck here, 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 or here. Doesn't really matter, just the hedge lines. Place your attacking OPs either behind these hedges, and then decide where do you want to flank. Or do you want to get to the point directly? Because there are all these bushes, try to set your OP always a bit further from the wall, because the enemy could push up. Okay, that's actually a bad spot, so you want it up there, but I mean, when the enemy is here, you have a bigger issue. But if he comes down here, he can't really destroy the OP if you place it a bit further, so keep that in mind. Always keep a bit of a distance between the hedge and your OP. So, how can you get in this point? Obviously, the straightforward way is to just run in. What I find is to play around the boulders a lot. You don't want to go up here because you're extremely visible. So always play from cover to cover, check your sides, and play around these boulders. Don't peek too much, you don't have to peek. You can just wait for a few seconds and listen. If they're close, you hear them. Okay, the enemy comes from this direction. So you always want to play behind cover. There is no need to rush in on this map, so play safe. As you can see, we're a bit north now, and this is all a huge forest area. Therefore, if you're in north squads and you're not in the middle or in the south, you come in probably here, place your OP on this wall, like a bit behind, and then you have, or you must, get into or push the enemy out from my move to attack mark. So you wanna get them out of this area. These guys just push straight through, and these guys wrap around my ping, the street area. So what is really important here? This is all forest, but you have all these neat hedges. You can just wait for the enemy to kind of push, and if these guys have contact, you can flank up, because all these guys are concentrated here, so you can just freely push up. Play it here, because this is such a big area and you don't need 15 people to hold one angle. Spread up. If you're a 6 squad, send 2 guys here, set up 2 guys here, and you and your other mate are here or here protecting this area. So I can show you how you want to set it up. You don't even have to push far up, because this is pretty open. You can just play around these hedges. Aim if any head is moving, and if you see them moving, they normally push down because they want to get into the point. And you can just freely pick them off. If you feel comfortable to push further, always play duct and run from bush to bush. So you wanna you have to adapt a very bad playstyle in my opinion, because I hate bush players, but I mean, what are you left with here? There is nothing, no building, nothing, only trees and bushes. So you want to play around the bushes, and you want to also look where the enemy can come from. The enemy has extremely long hedges, so he can potentially place OPs anywhere here. But I mean, because it's a blueberry match, the Gary will be put up right here normally, or somewhere down here by the building on attack. And squad leaders don't often place their OPs too far from the Gary, because they want to run up, place a safe OP, and then run in. So I think the max OP that they will set is up here, and the others are rather here by the bush line. So you know the enemy has their OPs in this line, and you have your OPs in this line. So you want to go around with the 2 guys here. You don't really need more, because they have support from the 2 guys here, and you and one other guy are just chilling here and just shutting the way in from the enemies. So you want to send your guys to make this move to get to this hedge and then just circle down. When you have them pushed out here, they don't even need to go. I can show you that while I'm running. They don't even need to go on the enemy's side. They can just run down the hedge. So obviously it's very difficult to go across here, but if you manage it, you don't even need to go on the other side. Obviously you can go into here and have a cheeky little peek here. But you don't see very much. The better thing to do is just run in on your side and just listen for OPs. Where are they? Where are they? Obviously you can do this as squad leaders, but I would recommend as the squad leader to be close to the point. But if you feel like you're losing the points, you can get around and place a next attacking OP here, because these guys will push up in and set their OPs up here, because that's the normal thing to do. And when you have an OP here, you can just run in from behind and take everything out. That's the dream scenario, of course. But in here you just have to listen for steps, and you can even, like, here's a really good position. Post one guy which has a great view of the crossing area, because when we see on the map, that's pretty close to the Gary. So this is normally where they will come from. Okay, you can't get up there, but I saw some hedges where you can get on top. Ah, here, for example. Okay, just try it out for yourself. That's just... I also learn the map right now, because obviously we will play it in competitive play in the future. And just try different spots out where you can climb up. How visible are you? That's great, but the other one was good. This is also, here we can see that's the end of the line, so the enemies have to come from here. They can't have better OPs, because they're scared at the beginning. They won't spot them here, or I mean, if they place the OPs here, they're pretty doomed. So normally it's only this hedge, only concentrate on this hedge when you are the north squad, and even the mid squad place two guys here who protect this area, and the other guys just fucking swarm this area. This area is extremely important, obviously, because there aren't very great entrances from the Sherman side. Okay, let's look at the south. Okay, we are now here and we talk about the south. So as you can see, when you pick around the boulders, you have a pretty decent line of view, like down there somewhere. Also, this is thing got removed. Okay, I'll just place my enemy Gary up here somewhere. Here you can see it. You have a pretty decent view. Like, the leaves obviously are a bit of a hassle, but just play around these bushes, bit for cover. Always quick peek, so don't really stay here and aim in, because you can get shot from other sides. So always just quick peek, be hidden, and then move a bit your position. That's like how I do it all the time, which brings me a lot of kills, because you're not static all the time. Okay, as you can see, the south side also consists of open fields in this area and a bush line. So where will the enemy push from? They come in from here, drive, set their OPs up on either this bush, or they have the balls to push here. But if they're there and you are the south squad, you drive no up to here, you're on move mark. The first thing you want to do is to send maybe 1 or 2 guys max here and instantly go to my move mark. Obviously, as I said, this is only for that you can see how much open space there is. You don't want to be up here, because you can get shot from every tree down there, so watch out for that. Don't use this position, it's god awful. I always died when I was up here. So, okay, you drive up here, set an OP maybe here. Because you're in a curve, you can place it maybe right here. Again, distance from the wall. And now your main goal is to protect this area and look for any guys that are down here, but normally you have a sniper squad or something that flanks and you can call them to help you. If there's more down there, then it's a bit of a problem. Then you have to communicate with the team that you will fall back and push them out. If you see a lot down here, when it's only one or two, maybe the snipers just don't care about them. Play on this side and just take the fight to the enemy. If the enemy is already up here and there's nothing, you have no contact there, just play around this side. I know it's a bit of a hassle because it's extremely open, but I mean you have to get it done. The good thing is if you have a bazooka player, he can just rocket this. Just run a bit down there and rocket this area if you suspect an OP. But normally what the animal will do is we have the advantage because our bush lines are way closer to the point as theirs. You see you have them here in the south side and in the north side they have a bit of an advantage because they have a shorter way in. So normally the enemy will have a lot of forces here and only a few coming in from here and here. So if you're fast and confident, you can just push out here. My Gary mark is again gone. Because the Gary will obviously be somewhere here in this area. Somewhat. The attacking garrison, if they even placed one. But you can see these are the bushes where the enemy lands. And they have to play uphill. So you have a great advantage of running in, setting your guys up here, and then just pounding down. Don't go on the big boulder. Just play around the boulder, either on the front side where I was positioned earlier, or around the hedge lines. You always want to hug the hedge lines. That's the most important thing on this map. Always hug the hedge lines. Okay, how do you want to advance to destroyed German convoy? If you listened, easy, hedge lines. So we have a look at the map, hedgeline here, hedgeline here, hedgeline here, big hedgeline here. So you want to send, if you're the south squad, you want to follow this and maybe clear up this area because they obviously can have an attack area on my attack mark. You want to check that, but you will obviously know when there is someone coming from there because you will get shot from this direction. So you can just chill and push them out here and just link up with the other squads that push this way to get to here. You want to get to this cross section. Because this is also wood area with one hedge line, there's the other hedge line. You want to get this advantage to push into here and then push into here the other guys from the north. Want to go to this long hedge line where we were earlier and get this hedge line. You don't have to mind that much about the open space, the forest area. You always want to control the hedge lines. The hedge lines are the most important thing on this map. And obviously you want to have like 2/3 here and 1/3 flanking. So the mids and the north squads should push up to these houses, clear this out, position something here, go to here and go to the houses and pressure this way. And then you have the south squad. Obviously I only talk about the attacking squads, not the defending squads. The defense squad, which should contest out of, I don't know, maybe 8 people. They should have OPs here, build garrisons around. The perfect garris for this point would be you don't want to really have a garry here, only if you know you're gonna hold it. So you can place one garry on my move mark, then you have to be 200 meters away. So the next one can be on my attack mark. And the next garry, obviously, would be here, but as you could see, that's extremely open, so you have to put it way down here. If you place it correctly, This should all be 200 meters apart, and you are fine, and you have a damn good Gary network. When you have them pushed out here, you obviously can build Garys here in this hedge lines where there are no gaps, so the enemy can't really kill you. And then you can send the South Squad to go onto this road, go up here, go up here. Okay, if the second cap would be here, mid squad here, south squad to this area, and north squad over the hedge lines. First this, then this, then this, and then go in. With the fourth point, I think it's down here. I'm not very sure, but it doesn't really matter. You want to send your south squad completely to here and use this hedge lines. I mean, I can't say it enough. Use the hedge lines. You only have to orientate, because the enemy will play around it and you will play around it. Next thing, if you play in the city, obviously you play it differently. Like you play it like Sommer Église and stuff like that. So you place it like 2 blocks away from, or 2 houses away from the enemy. So you have so if they're there, you don't want to place an OP here, you want to place an OP here, so that if they get to here, they don't instantly take out your OP. So that's the main meta. You want to place your OPs here in the back gardens, that they can run up here, and you lose this house. You have this house. You don't want to place your OPs here or even on the street. One thing for the off drop again. Just find your different routes. I just set the server to the maps, search Mortain, run down to an empty server, go on it, and drove 1 truck. So it's always when there are no people on it, the server will start. So you have 2:30 warm up every time, and then you drive the truck to the point, so that's another 4 minutes, so it's 6.5 minutes, and you got, or even 4.5 minutes, I don't really know, but I mean, you get the point. It's not a lot of work to find your own routes. This is just a very quick one. If you want to drive from here, drive here around these houses. Obviously watch out for the artillery and the trenches here. There you have the big trench, which is not marked, like the cliff where you can't get, so you have to drive around it a bit to the south, and then you can just go to these trenches and get your boys off. So I hope you enjoyed it, and have a wonderful day. Bye bye.